Thank you for joining us. It is Monday, March 24th, 2025. This is your live Raw review. I am Pete here with you. Glad to be here again, joined by the one, the only mouth-watering monoTony of ButtCultureWrestling.com.
I don't know how mouth-watering I am after that last story, but yes, I am definitely of butt culture, unfortunately. Glamour shots held weight back then, okay?
Just
That's 100% a lie.
oh my God, Tony, thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thank you for that very colorful story just after we all finished eating dinner. And Chris is here too.
Yeah, that is the best weight loss plan I've had in a long time. Eat a big meal and then hear butt culture stories. Oh shit! I'm not going to be Chris Kong much longer. I'm going to be Chris Grande or Ariana Chris.
Oh, okay. And you know what I could use right now, Chris? You know what I could use a little of that'd probably help me?
Uh-oh.
Black girl magic.
Maybe. Draven's here too. Draven, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. Just cooking up some chicken and shrimp.
I had some chicken. It was delicious. It was
Talk about this lovely episode of Raw.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Before we get into the review, I think we need to hear from one of our oldest sponsors on the channel here. This will preface the entire episode of Monday Night Raw live from the OVO Hydro in Glasgow, Scotland.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Have you or loved one been wronged by shitty wrestling? Call Yikes and Oof Attorneys at Law. 1-800-976-6299. That's Yikes and Oof Attorneys at Law. Okay, now that we've heard from Yikes and Oof, our attorneys, which I don't know if our attorneys should issue statements before some of the review portion of this show tonight, but let me say, let me talk to you. Yeah. Let me talk to you. He sounds that's like John. Hello, Pilgrim. It's me, L.A. Knight, Los Angeles Knight, Pilgrim. Look, I don't very much care for those folks that are. Never mind. But so we start out our Monday Night Raw. As I said, we're with the OVO Hydro, Glasgow, Scotland, still on our European tour. We start out with John Cena. Okay, John Cena is going to come out. We had a loud Cena sucks chant. He came down, of course, stone face, walked to the ring. The crowd booed him. The kid there, he wanted the towel. And he's like, no, fuck you, kid. I'm not giving you a towel. Cena antagonized the crowd. That was his shtick, was antagonizing the crowd. And he threatened to roast anyone in the audience, which was... Go ahead, Tone. Were you going to say something? Was that Chris?
No, I was just saying because that's exactly what it is. You have Cena in a program with the WWE Universe, and you have Cody in a program with Cena. Like John Cena, not to jump ahead, but it's like John Cena has not addressed Cody. He hasn't even said his name in any of these promos.
Mm-mm.
The best we got was last week when he said, look, kid. And that's the only address from Cena to Cody that we have gotten since Elimination Chamber. And mind you, John Cena has one more appearance before WrestleMania. One.
Mm-hmm.
One.
Yep.
This
Yeah,
was
it's
the
Monday.
night that they went at it back and forth on the mic. Because you got to have them go at it on the mic back and forth at least 2 or 3 times. So tonight would have been the night to do it, but we didn't. Again, you have Cena cutting a promo on the WWE Universe, and then he just stands there as Cody cuts a promo on him, and he reacts not. What's up, Cotton Ministries?
Hey, Cotton Ministries, good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Yeah, that then this has been the running thing though with the Cena and Cody promos, and Tony, you pointed this out multiple times. They're kneecapping Cena in these promos because they know Cody can't hang with him on the microphone. Anything Cena says will completely just wipe out anything that Cody says because Cody's completely inauthentic, and you don't ever buy anything he's selling, not once. As champion, on the microphone, as a man of the people, that's not, he doesn't look like a man of the people. He doesn't carry himself in that way, and his promos don't come off that way.
I will say that Cena's at least like, yeah, they're not really interacting each other, but as far as like Cena being like, you don't deserve anything, like he's not giving them anything, you know, with him in Rhodes. So like that's completely in character with the heel turn. So like I get in that aspect, but like to get everybody like, yeah, I want to see this, it doesn't really translate in that regard.
Yeah, it's not very entertaining.
It's not impactful. Yeah.
No. I said, let's see, what else did I have down here? I said, Cena called back to the kid he roasted. He made a point to call back to him and how he became a meme. And we got that's at that point, they were bleeping it out, but we got a really loud "fuck you, Cena" chant, which he played into, and it kept the crowd kind of engaged during what was overall kind of, but we'll get there. But, and this is what I said. I said Cena focused too much on the crowd as opposed to focusing on Cody, and the crowd chanted "shut the fuck up" at him. I can't remember what he was saying, but I said he literally just changed his shirt from last week because the promo is exactly the same as that one. He references his greatest contribution, the Spinner US title belt, and then I said, Cena said he's going to ruin wrestling, but Tony Khan is way ahead of him in that respect.
It's fucking bullshit.
But and then of course, wait, and at this point I have something for us because we're at that point of the promo where we're getting ready for our champion, right? And our champion has to enter with his entrance. So let me get his thing ready here. Here he is. He shows up on the Titantron like this. Like there he is. Bang!
Oh, I seen that the other day.
Yeah, and then of course I'm gonna do it, boys. Get ready for it because we haven't done it in a minute. Then Cody Rhodes music hits. He gets his full entrance.
Wrestling has more than one black champion.
So yeah, so Cody had to make his entrance, and he hopped onto the ring with Bandit, and and Bingo.
Bluey.
And I can't remember the mom's name because is it Sheila? Sheila.
Boy, crikey.
Sheila Hala. Wait,
You can't go wrong naming a girl Sheila in Australia.
Is her name really Sheila Hala?
Yeah. Too bloody right.
Because their last name is pronounced Healer. Now
Yeah, the Blue Healers.
Yeah, Sheila Hala. But yeah, so Cody has to make his way down. And I said he shouldn't be doing his full entrance. And then I said, explain why. And the why he shouldn't be doing his full entrance is because he's supposed to be coming down to respond to the heel. And you're coming down with a purpose to respond to the heel. And you should be doing that quickly so you don't drag the segment out unnecessarily. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's two pyros. You got your fucking, I gotta kneel, I gotta fucking slap the stairs, I gotta play the crowd, I gotta act like the guy that beat the fuck out of me, and we're this far away and we're not touching each other, and there's been no order for them not to have any contact or the match is off. You know what I mean? There's no stipulations like that. So what is keeping Cody from getting his revenge on him other than he's a absolute cuck of a champion? And his entire side of my story is fucking garbage, dude. And I'm not even a big fan of how like I said, I still don't think Cena should have turned heel until mid-match at Mania. Double down, turn him heel then go into the rest of the fucking, then it'd be fucking it. You want a WrestleMania moment, there's a fucking WrestleMania moment, but no, WWE's like, we got to stretch it out for 9 fucking weeks, which it's not 9 weeks. Well, actually it might be by the time when was it? It was at Elimination Chamber, which was how long ago?
Wasn't it like March 1st or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's March 1st. So just a shade over 3 weeks ago, and we're 3. So 6 weeks. So you're taking a story that you could have, you could have slightly teased it then and just dropped little clues, but you didn't even have to do it that long. Like I said, Cena could have just done one little thing then, and then it just kind of quiets down. And he goes about his business, and then you do the fucking mid-match thing. Whatever. But you do it mid-match during the double down and then go into the deal from there. But I don't know. The way they're treating this is ridiculous. And go ahead. I'll shut the fuck up and let you guys talk about his promo. What up, Gap?
What up?
No, like, go ahead, Tom.
Well, I was going to say, I just kind of said what I needed to say about it. It's like, I want to see these two confront each other, and we're not getting that. And it's just a pattern at this point of the entire roster lessening themselves to make Cody look better. You can go back to the Brock Lesnar feud. There's no conceivable world where Cody Rhodes defeats Brock Lesnar in hand-to-hand combat.
Yep.
But he does, and then Brock's like, they have to play the angle of, oh my, I respect you now, and raises Cody's hand. And it gets into that weird thing we were talking about last night. It's almost like cultish behavior. Like when John Cena started becoming the guy, there was no one like, well, where's Rock to raise his hand up? Where's Stone Cold to raise his hand? Where are they to give their stamp of approval? Everyone has to acknowledge John Cena, that he's the man now. That wasn't a thing, but with Cody it is. And including John Cena himself raised Cody's hand at one point, and everyone's complaining about where's Steve Austin to side with Cody and raise Cody's hand and give his seal of approval. It's all just so inauthentic and fake. And again, it makes the entire business look bad when instead of there being a target on Cody's back because everyone wants that effing title, instead they line up behind him and cheer for him.
Yeah, and praise him. Yeah.
It's
that needs protected and it's visible.
Yep.
There is no world where even last year Seth Rollins siding with Cody when Seth is the world heavyweight champion, which is supposed to be the top prize on Raw. There is absolutely no world where it made sense that Seth Rollins would, I've got your back, Cody. Let's finish your story. Like, it's dumb. And I'm tired of seeing it. And, you know, just saying, looking at the new Assassin's Creed game, looking at Snow White, culture is moving on. Society is moving on. We're done with all this softer, kinder, it's a utopia kind of mentality. And WWE obviously hasn't gotten the memo. I knew it would be boring after WrestleMania 40, after they got their payoff to Cody and Roman Reigns, and it has been. I mean, last year was just nothing. Solo Sikoa was the main event of SummerSlam. It was a very boring year, and now we're heading into WrestleMania. We're a third of the way through the year, and it's just kind of been a shit show again. And if there was one thing to look forward to, it was Cena and Cody going back and forth on the mic, because love John Cena or hate him, the guy's got mic skills. And just once again, we're dumbing him down to make Cody look like he actually belongs in the spot that he's in.
He can't verbally spar. And they showed that. In fact, it was a repeat of the previous exchange they had. And exchange is a very broad term there. But it's this, John Cena comes in, berates the crowd, tries to build up heat, blah, 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 whatever. He's got his regional specific merchandise t-shirt on. And then Cody comes down, says his shit. John Cena's contractually obligated not to reply in any way, shape, or form to make this guy look bad. Then he leaves the ring, walks away, pauses, pretends he's going to do something, doesn't, and then leaves. And it's rinse repeat. This is the second or third time he's done this?
Yeah.
Second, because he did the same thing last week.
Yeah, the only difference is the t-shirt. You know, like yeah, because if they had a verbal spar, like John Cena would bury Cody.
Oh, absolutely. It's not even close. It's not.
Cody got buried when him and Roman Reigns were going back and forth on the mic.
And that's sad because Roman isn't exactly
he's not known as a promo guy.
No.
Roman's not a promo guy. Mm-mm. You know, Cody, we'll go to the point where Cody laid the belt down, took off his tie and unbuttoned his shirt, and he looked like Michael Scott in The Office, his date Mike. And Cena walked away, and then Cody lisped at him furiously. Let's see, this is what I said. Cody then told Cena to understand that he'll walk away empty-handed at WrestleMania, just like he did tonight. And it was riveting writing by whoever wrote that garbage that Cody recited, and that's literally what I said. Another garbage promo spot. Mm-hmm. Like Cody's part. Cena, for his credit, I'm not poo-pooing his work, because honestly, even though we don't agree with the direction, it got a response from the crowd. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, so in that respect, I will acquiesce the fact that it is working. It may not be the way that we think it should be, which I still will maintain is probably the correct way. But this is, again, lunkhead Triple H, as Tony pointed out, steering the ship in the direction that which we are currently set a course on. And I mean, overall, it's a 50-50. I'm kind of like unsure if I should give it a completely like a bad, you know, like, does it? Yeah, I think it gets this one.
Doesn't work for me, brother.
I don't think that's being unfair. That's being unfair. So I'm writing on.
It's sad when your guy that's not even doing the main event can cut a better promo and address the things that happened at a Elimination Chamber better than the actual person that was on people that were involved, and that's CM Punk. Like, like why? Like they should have just had him win Chamber, or something, and had him go against Cody. It would have been a lot more entertaining at this point.
Yeah. I honestly thought he was going to win the Elimination Chamber. And, as Tony pointed out, it was a surprise, And I like surprises. I honestly like, not being able to foretell the future as soon as the match starts.
Yep.
But, I don't...
Yeah.
I just
You've
think
gotta
that...
have something behind the surprise. It can't just be surprise and then that's it.
Yeah. And it just... I'm sorry, but what they're setting up is just not as interesting. Like, I'm more interested in the ladies stuff.
I'm more interested in the Punk Roman.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Chris, you might want to curb your enthusiasm. As we know, you referenced the ladies stuff, and we're not going to go into that yet. We're not done here, but you're talking about being more excited for that.
I'm not saying I'm excited.
I know. I'm just using that as a tease for later, the segment later. The women's segments tonight. Whoo, boy. Let's, boys, I can see Captain Misogyny's attaching his cape in the front right now.
That's right.
As it were. But
right about my muniboob.
But so the Cody segment, Cena, that's a down pretty much for Cody's involvement in it. It just wasn't. He's so uninteresting. He's so non-compelling. He's so inauthentic.
Yeah, corporate sterilized.
Yep. And Tony, again, you pointed out that he is what Vince McMahon was describing when Stone Cold, came out dressed in the suit before he ripped it off and beat McMahon.
That was unintentional, but it worked so well.
Yes, I want to believe.
That was better than any drop I could have done at that point.
His mouth-watering Vince McMahon taking his shirt off in the ring.
Mouth-watering, big, sweaty men slapping meat.
We had butt culture.
Weird butt culture wrestling. No, so after that, after the Thody and Thina daddy, after Thody and Thina's promo, baby. Let's see here. Hang on a second. I got to do this for the benefit of those watching on replay in the segments. We got to change music. There we go. So the next set will act like that last part just didn't even happen. So we're starting a new segment here. So that Thody and Thina promo led to a Judgment Day video package, or as Chris calls them, the New Day, which is funny because one group of them are, I would say, one of them's white, two of them, and then there's some Latinos, and then you've got the New Day who are black. So, and Chris is Jewish and Korean, so I guess can he legally confuse them without it being? It doesn't matter.
I'm a human dumpling. I'm not. I'm immune to hate crimes. You can't hate a human dumpling. To the misogyny copter. No, I'm not moving quickly at all.
No. So Gap says he sounded like a tasty dumpling.
Oh yes, it's a matzo ball.
So. God. I'll fix it in post. That's staying in. So we highlighted Finn and Dom talking about Penta joining Judgment Day and Balor losing to Braun and the Judgment Day jumping Braun and Penta coming out for the save. And that's going into our main event tonight, which is Penta versus Braun Breaker for the IC title. But up next, Jey Uso's mystery tag team partner. Oh, the suspense. It was killing me. It was killing me softly. No, it was just killing me. The suspense was rough. It was rough, but I mean, obviously it was
Yeet! No yeet! Yeet! No yeet!
That's right. Big Jim Uso came over from SmackDown. Inexplicably, one of my kids' favorite wrestlers. I don't know why. I've tried to cure him of this.
I'm sorry.
But he's Team No Yeet. So
Yeah.
I can,
He's
even
in his
though
Idiocracy costume.
Jim was dressed in his PJs tonight.
Yeah.
He accompanied Brother Jay to the ring for the Yeet Fest. And they had a tag team match scheduled against two dangerous and threatening opponents to the man who is getting ready to challenge for the World Heavyweight title and his lesser twin brother, Jim. A-Town Down Under. Wait, or should I say, oh, bud, it was A-Town Down Under, fella.
Yeah, they went full Rama Rama in the ring.
I was out there with petrol rags and everything. Chasing everything, bud.
Rula.
Is that a didgeridoo?
Nope, that was a didgeridoo.
Sodomized him with a didgeridoo.
So anyway, after Grayson Waller got the didgeridoo out of his ass and they made it down to the ring, and Austin Theory, of course, posed because God knows, as I said about him and Finn Balor both, if they had as much charisma as they do abs, they would be stars. But instead, Austin Theory lost to Jay last week in like 2.5 seconds.
Yep.
And this match, I wasn't expecting very much, and I was not disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my notes at the beginning, I said there was way too much shine before the cutoff into the heat, which the heels should have come out and gotten the advantage. Like, while the Usos should have stayed celebrating, and then Grayson Waller won them. They come over, start Pearl Harboring them, ditch one of them right away. They should have went right into the heat on Jim. Started with Jim because Jay came in, and that's why they did the cutoff on Jimmy after he tagged out.
They look the same. It's hard to tell them apart.
One looks partially undercooked. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the way I could see it is one looked like a trapper keeper, and the other one looked like one of those stickers that you get for $1, in the vending machines. You're like the gumball machines. It was all like that chrome sparkle square.
And by that description alone, I know which one you're talking about. So, what got me was Grayson Waller no-sold that punch by Jim when they were outside on the floor, and Jim tees up, hits Grayson Waller. He sells it onto the table, and next thing you know, he gets up and he was attacking Jay or Jim. I can't remember which one had their back.
Sticker.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm high. So it didn't really matter. They're interchangeable, except one has talent and the other one's just mid. They jobbed off Theory last week, and then they like have somewhat of a match that lasts even a shred of an amount of a time in this, which makes no sense. It's like you just job this dude out. Like, it would be nothing to just beat the shit out of these guys in 2 seconds. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Jim took all the heat to save for the hot tag to Jay post double down. Waller got in, took out Jay on the apron, which is the hardest part of the ring. They continued the heat onto Jim. Jay got the hot tag. He came in, wrecked Austin Theory and Waller with his signature, his punches, his yeet gimmicks. Waller got the advantage again, but he missed the elbow. Jim tagged in. He went upstairs. Waller nutted him on the buckle. And then it just led into Jimmy and Jay hitting the 3D onto Theory and pinned him.
Hold on. Waller nutted on the turnbuckle?
Wait, I said he nutted him. He like dropped him on the buckle. You know what I mean?
He dropped a load on the buckle.
If that's how you want to think about it, then sure. Jesus,
oh boy.
I'm so confused. I had to go help the wife, and I came back, and Raw took a dark turn. I know they're on Netflix, but
a dark turn. It was a very dark turn indeed, my friend. But so they lost. Waller, in theory, to nobody's fucking surprise.
Yeah.
This was let me finish. Gunther, of course, came in. He attacked and he traded blows with Jimmy or Jay. Jesus Christ. Him and Trapper Keeper traded punches. And Trapper Keeper went to hit his fucking spear and he slipped. Which now, have you guys been keeping up with it on Twitter since?
He's losing his confidence, and that's why he failed at the.
It's so stupid.
It's a work, so he had to slip, and him and Gunther covered it nicely, though. I mean, even if it was a legitimate slip, which I don't think it was, Gunther covered it up with the
which doesn't make sense, because if he's losing his confidence, then wouldn't it have made more sense for him to lose the last 2 matches that he had?
Yeah.
Instead of just have him randomly look like a botch spear, which I think it was a botch, and then they just rolled it into the promo.
I want to watch it again. If you can find the clip, find the clip. If WWE put it up on YouTube,
I think.
Which clip are you looking for?
The slip. Is it in the Horseman?
Yeah,
that's in the Horseman.
Okay, hang on. Yep. Okay, here it is, right here. We can.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to. Right on the glossy ad on the ring.
I feel like I should be able to tell. I do. All right.
It's his right foot that slips, not the left, which I thought it was the
Why
left.
does it look like he's got his butt cheeks up in there? That was gross.
All right. So, hang on a second. Let me mute the audio.
The human egg in the background.
What? This one right here?
How dare you?
That's a bald Corky from Life Goes On. There's Alba Fire. There's look at right here is the kid from that old. Remember that old WWE meme? The kid with the red hair screaming like with the mean face. That's him all grown up. He was actually Scottish. This lady doesn't have a neck or a chin. All right, let's watch Jey Uso. Let's watch Jey Uso slip. Let's see.
Wipe out.
Hang on. Let me watch. I'm gonna watch his feet one more time. Back.
Looks like he's bagging.
Let's see. Hang on. Ah.
Whoop.
I don't
think it's a botch. I think it's a work.
I think it's a work because the way he landed. Look, he lands fucking
Let me see it again. Sorry, I'm trying to help the wife.
All right. Here we go right here. I think it was.
If that's a work, then that is stupid. Like, fuck Triple H. That's it. That's my take on it. Fuck Triple H.
Yeah, it's
his confidence, guys. Come on.
I feel big.
Spider-Man 2.
He needs his spinach.
He needs the Care Bear stare.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody.
Right in the face.
We care. We care.
Oh, I'm gonna put an icon on my fat gut here. It's gonna be like a little, sushi roll or something.
Wait. Cotton candy, sweet as gold. Let me see that sushi roll.
Is that tempura in your belly, or are you just happy sashimi?
Oh, I got to do it for this segment, for the match, for the aftermatch chicanery. This one, folks, this one gets a let's see here. This one gets this just
Like the slap from Jimmy later to Walter was better than the
Well, yeah,
back and forth between him and Jay.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Slow down, cowboy. We'll get there. That was no. We've undervalued the entire fucking world title completely at this point, making it look just absolute. Yep, he just has to believe how awesome he is.
Always amazing. You were always amazing.
It was always inside you, Carol.
Yeah.
It was
always in the heart of the cards, Yugi.
Trust me. If it's inside anybody, it ain't inside anybody named Carol. That was my ex-mother-in-law's name.
Oh, wait a minute. It's inside me. Now it's not.
And now it's in the atmosphere and forms the tiny particles, which are going to give you pink eye later. Much like that last segment, it was shit. And that was the tag match. Go ahead, Tony.
It's just, I don't know, man. I just nothing in particular. We can move on.
Okay.
He's depressed by it.
I know.
Yeah, and why didn't Jimmy get his own entrance too? Like,
well, they wanted to show him as a tag team, but given they advertised it as a mystery partner, he should have.
Yeah.
They should have had Jay come down, do his whole 15-minute fucking.
He showed up like he was. I didn't even realize it was a tag match at first. Because of how they did it.
Well, in the lead up, they had to advertise as some mystery partner, and like they're not all on tour together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Gunther hasn't interacted with he had a match with Jimmy, I think, on SmackDown a couple weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. I'm about to be joined by somebody. I see him walking through the door in his shark pajamas. No, he's hiding. There he is.
Looks like he's struggling.
He is. He's acting like he's got my knee. What up, dude? What's going on?
Just watching some TV.
Yeah? What'd you think of Raw?
I thought it was good.
Okay.
Did you like Jimmy? Or
did you see Jimmy? Were you excited when Jimmy Uso came out? See him get his butt kicked? Did you see him get his butt kicked because he's a loser?
Oh.
He looked like he was wearing pajamas. He looked like he was wearing the pajamas you're wearing.
Yeah. Why was Jimmy wearing pajamas? Why was he wrestling in his jammies?
Wait, was that actually?
It looked like it.
Yeah. He's got those little butt traps.
Did you see him? What did you think of when he pimp slapped? What did you think when he pimp slapped Gunther and asked him what the 5 fingers said to the face?
Slap.
Did you see that part?
Oh, yeah, I watched the whole thing.
So what'd you think of that?
That was cool.
That was cool. That was cool.
It's up.
I love you, buddy.
You ruined the show for me, dick.
I know he's mad at me now because I made fun of Jimmy.
He's getting to the tween years and then the teen years.
Yep.
And then it's going to be, I hate you, Dad. You're not cool.
I know.
Jimmy Uso is so much cooler than you.
Super over.
Yeah, he's like my heart.
he wrestles. Jimmy Uso wrestles in front of 20,000 people. I wrestle in front of 250, and I'm more over than him.
Dad, you don't understand. Like,
I get over in front of that crowd. And just give. I don't even need music. Just give me a fucking microphone. I'm like, you're not paying for the rights to the Fugees just for me, so I'll just give me a microphone.
you like acapella down to the ring.
I'll sing horribly. I'll sing all the way to the ring, be blown up by the time I get down there because the ramp is like 90 yards long. It's almost a fucking football field.
Although you would be contractually obligated to remain quiet if Cody Rhodes was in there. Remember, you can't make eye contact with him. You can't address him directly.
I legitimately think on a promo I could roast him. I really do. Like, I know, like, I maybe couldn't hang with him, like, obviously in the ring. I don't know. I might be able to, but I mean, we're literally the same size. I'm actually bigger than him. It's just on a promo scale, like, he's fucking god awful, and I hate to go back to him because I want to move on, but he's god awful. All right. So we'll sandwich these two together. We had the backstage segment with Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Adam Pearce, and Chad Gable, who was calling in sick for the night, and he didn't want to wrestle Dragon Lee. He's not the luchador. What is his name? El Grande Americano.
Yeah, which is the incorrect Spanish.
Yes, it's the verbs are not conjugated properly.
Yes, adjectives always come after nouns.
See, apparently I think they're probably doing it on purpose. It's funny. It's funny though, but yeah. So that's their that's what they're doing with this, and it was kind of a funny segment. Chad Gable's really playing it up, like I pointed out. It's like, yeah, he's calling in sick, but they're in fucking Scotland. He had to fly internationally to be there, but I'm in the venue. I'm calling in sick.
Yep.
Excuse me.
It's like showing up to work, commuting to your office and being like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna be sick today. See you later."
Right.
you got dressed.
Another match. Like, that's another match that would be good for the IC title, Chad Gable and Braun Breaker, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like AEW. There's so much here that they could be doing. Like, I'm sorry, but Finn Balor, okay, I get it. Respect the guy. He's a worker, whatever, but he's not entertaining. It's World Wrestling Entertainment. And I don't know, man. I feel like we could rework this entire card and make it a lot more exciting, or rework the pushes. You know, back to Jey Uso real quick. He is not a champion. A champion doesn't win the Royal Rumble and then go for the second tier prize.
Yeah, what was that?
Doesn't win the Royal Rumble and then I've lost my confidence. It's with the HBK's smile. Like, this is. Like, I don't want to see Jay win the title now. And I was happy as he won the Rumble. I was like, that was the first time I was surprised in a long time. And now I want to see Gunther dominate him at this point.
Yeah. Well, Gunther said more in his little post-match promo by saying nothing and just smiling when he got that smack. And that smack was awesome.
Even on Twitter, when there's the clip of Jimmy slapping him, and everyone in the comment section is like, Jesus, now I'm more interested in seeing Jimmy versus Gunther.
Yeah.
They're like, I'd rather see fucking Jimmy versus Gunther rather than Jay. So, I don't know. Anyway, I didn't mean to bring it back to that, but it's like, even Chad Gable, I mean, that's funny and all, but he is such a good talent that, I don't know, I'd like to see him in a more serious role. Like, he's had the comedy role with American Alpha Society or whatever the fuck with Otis for a few years now.
Oh, Alpha Academy?
Yeah, I'd like to see him, like, you know, get a little more serious. Like, there's absolutely no world where Sami Zayn gets the spotlight that he gets, and Chad Gable gets none of that. I don't know.
And that's the thing is, Gable, if you really boil it down to brass tacks, because he worked with Sammy, remember, for the IC title last year after Sammy won it from, wasn't it Breaker?
Gunther.
He won it from Gunther, I'm sorry. But Gable is a better promo than Zayn is, too. He's a much better worker. He looks like a star. He might be a little bit shorter, but he's absolutely ripped. The guy can wrestle, and he's good on the microphone. Sami Zayn is not good on the microphone. Chad Gable is fucking entertaining. And he sells. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I like that. Yep. So we got that match set up for later. It'll be El Grande Americano versus Dragon Lee of the LWO. And then we went over to Liv and Raquel backstage with Dom and Carlito. This is leading into the women's IC title match. But before we get to that, we have to take a quick break here and hear from one of our many sponsors here on the program. Let's see. We'll go over here and we'll do this one.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Are you struggling with your social game? Want to know the secrets to presenting a more confident you? Enroll in Charisma 101 today with Professor Bret Hart and Professor Lance Storm for only $3,000 Canadian. Our precise instruction will have you cutting captivating promos in no time. Tired of people passing out when you're talking about your Canadian hardcore title? Annoyed by people ignoring your claims of innocence when you're attempting to refute your love of sunny days? Charisma 101 with Lance and Brett is right for you. You'll be the talk of Saskatoon in no time. So come on down to the Moncton Community College Auditorium. Enjoy some free Tim Hortons. And don't forget that check for $3,000 Canadian. This Saturday from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the Moncton Community College Auditorium for Charisma 101 with Brett and Lance. If you miss out, you'll undoubtedly be stuck in the mid-card with all the other jobbers.
That's right. Don't miss Charisma 101 with Brett and Lance down at the Moncton Community College. I don't know if Moncton actually is in Saskatoon. I have no idea. But anyway, Women's Intercontinental title match. This one was a much ballyhooed matchup. The press was clamoring for interviews with both ladies in the weeks leading up to this historic title match between, I'm just being facetious, boys. This was, nobody gave a fuck about Lyra Valkyria defending against Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez, of course, one half of the women's tag team champions right now with her partner, the lovely, very, did I say lovely? Liv Morgan.
Gorgeous men like Dominic go for girls that look like me.
Oh, that gives me hope.
There you go. You're welcome. So I like Raquel Rodriguez. I do. She's not the best worker, but I like her. Given the right opponent, she can put on a decent match. You know, she ain't gonna set the world on fire. You know, for a big girl, she's not one of the better, bigger like female workers. And I'm not being negative towards her. I trust me, not at all. Lyra Valkyria, on the other hand, is milquetoast. She's green as fuck still. She's a good, aggressive tumbler. She's not really a wrestler. Her entrance, they changed up her theme or whatever to add in the little stupid woo. So the crowd will actually do something other than go take a piss or sit on their hands when she walks to the fucking ring. And again, I don't dislike her personally. I do think she's probably a very sweet person. She's serviceable in the ring. I don't dislike her. I think she has a great look. I think she has really nice gear. What else do you have? You have no personality. And I did a video 8 months ago about this, about is she over? No, she never will be over. This is a lower card version of what they're doing with Cody Rhodes to a lesser extent. Just a manufactured push on somebody who doesn't really belong in the spot they're in because they're not ready for it. Even a mid-card title. You know, they brought her up from NXT last year in the draft or post-WrestleMania, and she's really accomplished. I mean, yeah, the first women's IC title, but the crowd reaction to her is just completely non-existent. And that's what I said. I said the crowd was dead for Valkyria's entrance, and it was a garbage match with a horrible finish.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was very wonky and slow and plotting.
Yeah,
and nothing.
They always do that.
Nothing. Even Raquel can work a quicker match, but Lyra and her didn't gel at all. There was there was no chemistry. You could see
no coordination. Yeah, it was like this was the first time they met, like right then and there. Like they had no prior communications.
Yeah, they've been in the ring together before.
Yeah, and it didn't show.
Mm-mm.
You know, you'd think they'd have a better rapport with one another. It's like, okay, I'm going to do this. I want you to do that. You know, no.
Yep.
No, it was just like wait 10 seconds. Okay, I guess this is what they're doing. Yeah, that's entertaining, guys.
Yeah, it was just nothing looked good. None of the spots looked good. I mean, the stuff Raquel did to Lyra looked okay because Raquel, even if Lyra wasn't in the right spot or posting right, Raquel could just muscle her around at least.
Yeah.
And that made it look better. I think one point when Raquel did the face drop, Lyra landed wrong because you could see her. She was kind of favoring. I don't think she was selling it because Raquel really made no attempt to go after the arm after that spot. So I think she might have legitimately done something to her forearm. I mean, I don't wish her ill. I hope she's okay. But to me, and I saw her see a gap. I hope she is okay, but you could see her kind of favoring it.
Yeah. She got hurt.
Yeah. So, but that's not knowing how to take the spot right.
Yeah. I'm noticing a pattern in tonight's episode about how many people, how many matches where people hurt themselves because they didn't do the spots.
Right. I mean, there's something to be said. Maybe Raquel threw her down awkwardly. Raquel pretty much just dropped her like straight down. And it wasn't like she had her up here. She had her like chest to like waist level. And she went down from there, I think. So it wasn't that bad. And she wasn't like an out of control spinning reel. Like the way she went out, she was able to get down right. She just didn't get there right. So, I mean, like I said, I want to watch the spot again just to go back and see. And we've already spent more time talking about that individual point than we did the match in its entirety. How did Lyra go over? Was it a roll up? It was a roll up out of nothing. It was, I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was like a weak roll up that barely might as well have been.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a bad finish. It was an exclamation point on what was just an underwhelming. I want to look at the time too. What did they have? They probably had what? Was that 5 to 7? Maybe 10 curtain to curtain. I'd say a 10-minute segment curtain to curtain.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it was just kind of filler, which for a title match isn't good, you know?
No. And it plotted. Like it was a struggle to pay attention to it. You know how like when you have the call of the cell phone or the smartphone screen is more alluring than what's on the big screen? Like that's not a good sign, especially when there's a title involved.
Yeah. You've got, and that's the thing is like both women are champions. Yep. You didn't even really, that wasn't built up. You're not building Raquel up, but they've really done nothing for Raquel, for her image too. They say, oh, she's tough, blah, 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 blah. Every time she's out here, y'all motherfuckers book her like she's a retard.
Yeah.
And job her to like little teeny tiny girls.
Yeah. Yep, I mean, a monster that does not make. I mean, she's one of the biggest girls in the fucking division. Like her and Jade and like, what's the other big broad over on NXT? You got, is that Lash Legend?
Oh,
yeah. What's the other one? Sol Ruka's like 5'10". She's a bigger girl, even though she wrestles a more athletic style. I mean, Piper Niven, Refrigerator Jax. Them are some bigger girls. But Raquel's a powerhouse. You got to fucking show that if you want people to know she's one half of the tag team champions. This is another reason. Like it's like Liv is allowed to look strong, but her partner who outweighs her by 50 pounds can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
It does not make sense to me. So after the match, Liv came in because she took a drop kick from Lyra. She was incapacitated at that point. So pinfall happens. And then you hear the music hit, which again, her music should not hit when she runs in because how do they know that she's going to come in for a save? Bailey, oh boy, it's me, it's Bailey. Here I come. I'm going to run down and I'm going to make the save. Right, you take them out, oh boy.
So I don't know. I thought Bailey looked good.
I'm not saying she didn't look good.
The mental illness haircut.
Yeah, she had to have her head shaved. Of course she looked good.
That's fine.
Fucking
I'll
weirdo,
just
Draven.
that side is a handlebar.
God damn it, Draven.
Uh-oh.
I will send you to Jesus.
So they're scrapping, and I said the match was wonky. It never got out of first gear. Raquel and Lyra have zero chemistry. Finish came out of nowhere in the worst way. Lyra is DOA as the champion. No pop, no real push that isn't designed by the office. And I said, why they continue to push her is hilarious. She is a charisma void. She is like a black hole of charisma. She is the female equivalent of Austin Theory and Finn Balor.
Ouch.
And like I said, man, it's not personal. It's just you do not translate to the crowd. Like getting the crowd to go, woo, woo, like to the beat a couple times during your entrance, and then having them literally sitting on their hands the whole match because nobody wants to clap or do anything because nothing you do is anything to clap about. Like, I mean, it's you come out, flap your arms because you have a little bird costume on. Your finishing moves the Nightwing because you like comic books. Haha, get it? Cool. Wow. What does your character? What is she about? What does she represent? What does she want? What is she doing? What are her goals? We have no fucking motivation for her.
Yeah, what's your backstory? What's the backstory of the character? Like
nothing. We have nothing for her. You know, so I mean, it's like, yeah, you're the women's intercontinental champion. It's so fucking what?
So? Yeah,
like,
so what? And
you know, I mean, it's not like she cut a promo and I'm Lyra Valkyrie, you know, or this is what I'm gonna do in the women's division, or this is where I'm gonna get to, and there's nobody that can stop me, yada yada, whatever she wants to say as a baby face. I can't think like a baby face. It's impossible. But you know what I mean? Requiem and Terror Packs and so on and so forth to get there. But she never did any of that. It's just, look, it's Lyra Valkyria, and she has wings and feathers. And the crowd goes, woo, 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 a couple times in her entrance. And she's pretty, and she smiles, and her moves are not that good, but she'll take your mind off that when she loses her top because she has issues with her wardrobe. I don't know. It's just there's really like, and I'm not trying to run her down, and I know it sounds like that, but it's like you brought her up from NXT, threw her out to put a mid-card title on her that you created that you didn't need two of, let alone one. And I don't know. It's a disservice. You know, to somebody who maybe with a little more time down at the NXT level could have developed more of a personality to go along with her look.
They can't even treat like their main Intercontinental title right. They can't even treat their World Heavyweight title right. And they keep introducing new titles. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry, the women's division doesn't need an equivalent for every title a male has. And again, that's all done just as, well, the guys have it, so the girls deserve it too, but it's doing the women a disservice. The Intercontinental title is supposed to be a step below the main event, and it's far from that these days. Like, far, whether it's the guys or the girls. But, like, if you can't even get your main Intercontinental title booked right, why do we have a women's equivalent? Because obviously that's not going to be booked any better. And like I said, it's being used. This felt like Raquel versus Lyra felt like filler for an episode of Raw in mid-September.
Yeah. I mean, Tony, you made the comparison between, you know, the Intercontinental and the World title, right? So the WWE Women's World title, which is the more valuable one, which is the one that Io Sky has, right? So let's say Rhea Ripley still has it. A real champion still has it. Somebody with actual charisma and a fan base, and that actually gets a reaction from the crowd when she comes out, more than a few murmurs. So Rhea Ripley has the title, right? So say she's the women's world champion. So that means you're comparing Lyra Valkyria to Rhea Ripley and saying, this is your contender right here. Like, if you stack those two up, it seems absurd. Now, Lyra Valkyria next to Io Sky, it seems meaningless to me because I don't like. Hang on a second. And speaking of which, I mentioned Io Sky. It's time for damage control.
Goddamn.
It's time for damage control. Hang on. I gotta find it. Where the fuck is it at? Oh, right here. Here's damage. Yeah, here's Io Sky right there. See, the damage control. You got Yo-Yo Ma, Carrie, Dodge Dakota, and Oscar the Grouch. There's damage control. Oscar.
Jesus.
There's damage
We'll
control.
put some paint on Oscar's
I
face.
thought you made up the Yo-Yo Ma thing.
I didn't make up Yo-Yo Ma. He's a world famous cellist.
Yo-Yo Ma isn't real. He can't hurt you. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
You hear ominous cello music?
Foreboding cello music.
Stop it! Oh God!
He has that exact face on when he's walking slowly towards you.
Yeah, you start running to your car, and also the Dodge Dakota in the parking garage there, like the lights come on. No!
Is the garbage can in the back in the pickup?
Yeah,
part?
Carrie's driving.
Yeah.
Oh no, an Asian woman driving? Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, but good thing I race swapped her.
Oh yeah, that's true. Still DWF, man.
It's the only one that's accurate. It's Yo-Yo Ma, I think. But that's that's damage control. Draven loves that when I do that. I told you guys I was gonna make one. I was like, return to member stream. I was like, I'm making this right now. This cannot wait. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna mentally lose it, and it'll never come back if I don't make it right now. So that you should have did with the wrestler and then just replace their heads with their respective things. I like it the way I did it, you dick. But
it would have been even funnier.
Oh God! You killed that joke.
You're out.
Fuck your own face.
Oh my God, that was the women's intercontinental fucking title match, and
which means you would have had to get a Dodge Dakota from the straight on view, and then just cut that part off and put it on her face as her head.
And I think I can actually play this here because we're still in this segment. So here you go, Drake.
Let The Rock tell you in Chinese.
Chinese.
Ding bong ding dong, he's Stone Cold.
That's much worse than what Carlito said.
Yeah. I just watched that SmackDown the other day.
Did you?
And what The Rock is referring to. Do you know why he's doing that?
I can't remember why.
It was the SmackDown before Stone Cold returned from his neck surgery, and Commissioner Mick Foley brought all of the SmackDown, WWF roster down there because they're wanting a brand split at the time. And he was on a mission to find who hit Stone Cold with the car. And his first, superstar he brought up, all the stars were around the ring and everything, and it was The Rock, because he's like, you used to be my tag partner, I trust you, I like you, but you had the most to gain from Steve Austin being out. He's like, now I'm going to give you the chance to defend yourself. So The Rock gets in, and he's like, and like I've told you when you've asked me 100 times in the past, no, I did not do it. Whether The Rock is speaking in English, I didn't do it. Whether I'm speaking in Chinese, because if you listen, it goes, Stone Cold. I did not do it. And everyone lived happily ever after, besides Steve Austin's career.
It was Rikishi. He did it for The Rock.
I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people. Naomi is one of the best black wrestlers ever.
Shut up, Rikishi. Go wash your ass, you thong wearing fatty.
You bundle of sticks.
How does a man get cellulite?
Oh, all right. Let's see here. Before we switch gears into our next batch of segments, we got to hear from this guy. It's time. I know we fought it, but here he is.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Do you got dry skin, bro? Maron, then try Vince Russo's Bro Cream, bro. It's the cure for what ails your dry skin, bro. That's Bro Cream, bro. Available wherever fine cosmetics are sold on a pole, bro. This cream is so good, bro. Jim Cornette put it on his burn scars from me torching him when I created the Attitude Era, bro. That's russoscream.com/bro for 15% off your first purchase of Bro Cream, bro.
Have you ever tagged Russo in that? You should.
I should put that on Twitter and tag him in it. He'd be like,
Who the fuck is this talentless fuck making fun of me, bro? I don't say bro that much, bro. Bro, can you believe this guy, bro?
You know, I should have listened to when Adam Schwarken warned me about this clown.
Superman Adam Schwarken said, don't trust this guy, bro.
I can't read it if I can't understand it.
If I can't understand it, I can't read it. How do you get to an Etep woke? I can't, bro. Meanwhile, Adam was sitting there furious because he laser beamed his fucking phone with his Cyclops vision.
Yeah. That's why he spelled con with the CO.
Hey, it's Maria with Infinitale. Good to see you, Maria. So Jey Uso was in the stairway, and by God, he lost his smile to 8 Marines in a parking lot in Buffalo, New York. I don't know where it was. But
he's a sexy boy.
I'm not your boy, Toy.
Boy,
Toy. Sexy boy.
You're a sexy boy.
Hey, you know, little hip wiggle.
Little sweet chin music that you needed like a rag to clean off.
Pat Patterson played the shuffle. Never mind. So Jimmy, Big Jim, his brother, encourages Jay, and then didn't Gunther make fun of him?
Yep.
Well, Jimmy
in the hall.
Yeah, Jimmy was Jay was down, and Jimmy gave him a pep talk. I can't have this.
What up, Maria with T and Telly? Sorry.
I can't have this oos. I need the oos.
I got excited.
One of our 3% female viewership for the month. Thank you for helping us fill our quota. We worked so hard to maintain. We were up to 12% that last month, but apparently they were like, no. I don't know what I changed. I stopped wearing the suits. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I got to go back to wearing the suit next week. But so Big Jim goes around the corner after he's done hyping Jay up sufficiently, and he runs into Gunther, who just happens to be right around the corner suspiciously. And Big Jim then lays one of the most vicious slaps I've seen outside of Power Slap onto the face of that disgusting display of toxic masculinity, Gunther.
Yeah, and
Gunther tells him next week, me and you.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's sad that like that whole promo was just sad and boring. And then as soon as Gunther shows up and gets the Ike Turner treatment, like he actually smiles. He said more in his little 5 seconds there of getting pimp slapped and then just laughing at it than the entirety of that whole spot and everything. Like,
the smile is also interesting too, because like, what if this is a work? Well, obviously it's a work, but what if Gunther is actually gonna turn his brother against him?
Ooh.
And that them having the match and him slapping him is all just because it's awfully like you said, it's awfully coincidental. He's just around the corner.
Yes, and dude, it has been like 4 or 5 days since one of the Usos turned on each other.
Yeah,
that would be really fresh.
I was gonna say.
Remember last week they wrestled.
I know, but you know how it is in the Fed.
Yeah. I don't know if Turn. I don't think so. I mean, I think Gunther's just gonna fucking beat the shit out of him and make an example of him, and put him out with the most devastating move in sports entertainment, sleeper hold. I honestly like. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, to Draven's point, I could see Gunther like beats Jimmy Uso's ass. Jimmy Uso's out, no one sees him after that. Then he shows up at WrestleMania and screws Jay over, which they might have to frickin' do because Jay Uso's losing. Like, the fans aren't hijacking the show, but he's definitely losing support.
Yeah. After the women's match and this match or this promo spot, I mean, sans the little slap thing at the end, I was just this was about it right here.
I gotta have my TV time, right? Am I right?
Because it was just like, it seemed like just filler. I mean, I know they're trying to build something with Gunther and Jay, but everything has fallen flat. Like, everything they've done with that has just fallen flat. Yeah, I don't know that bringing Big Jim Uso into the equation at this point is the fire stick you think it will be to help you save the. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, what an idea. Let's turn the Usos on each other leading into WrestleMania again, like we did last year. That led to nothing. Like, seriously, okay, so they turn the Usos on each other. What are you gonna have Jimmy and Jay feud over the world fucking title? Why don't you just take the belt?
Because they're trying to build Jimmy because Jimmy is like nothing. You know what I mean?
It's not gonna work.
Well, they've done worse lately.
They wouldn't feud over the title because Jimmy would cost Jay the title.
Yeah, he could still turn on him and Jay could still win.
I think if he turned on him, Jay wouldn't win. But just the point is this. This is Triple H and Stephanie McMahon booking. So if you don't like it, go watch Places with Stephanie McMahon because that's what the WWE audience is craving is Stephanie McMahon's exuberant luxury fucking travel show.
I am going to go watch that. Because I like watching those like interviews and shit.
God damn it, Draven.
And that's what it is. It's like a sit-down interview show.
Go fuck yourself!
With some travel in there as well. Like that LFG, that show's really good too.
Never watched it.
It's good.
I don't know. If I never saw Stephanie McMahon again in my life, I wouldn't cry. Because a lot of this softer, kinder new WWE is her shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's feminizing the shit. Yep. All of our media is like that now.
All this women's intercontinental title and women's tag titles when they can't even book the men's titles correctly. It's partly her fault. They're up to 19 titles in WWE, and not one of them means a fucking thing.
Yeah. And speaking of women, we've got women next. And
oh boy.
It's time, folks, because again, we've got to go to our girl here because she's coming down right now because Adam Pearce is in the ring and it's time to clear up the women's world title. So the music hits and it goes, it's Damage Control, and Yo-Yo Ma with his title belt and his cello in hand comes down to the ring. And Yo-Yo Ma is ready to fight an epic battle, one that I don't know if he can overcome. And that battle, of course, that Io Sky, the women's champion, is going to fight is against the English language. And the odds are stacked.
No, she sounds really cute when she's trying.
The odds are stacked against her, Draven. And then, of course, Bianca has to come down. I'm on my own. I whip my hair all around. So Bianca comes down, and the crowd. Okay, so when Io came out, the crowd didn't react. When Bianca came out, the crowd had fucking zero, and I mean fucking less than zero reaction. But when you heard the certain music hit, you know. And it's no coincidence. I used a song called "The Perfect Girl" when I played that GIF. But Rhea comes down, she gets a fucking massive pop. Like them turning her heel is so funny because the crowd's just like, no, mommy's not a heel.
Yeah,
like, it's not gonna work. Like this is not gonna go the way you think it's gonna. The crowd is like soundly rejecting them turning her heel. No matter what she does, they're like, no, we're not booing her. It's not happening. So, and I said just basically what a clusterfuck. Like this was a clusterfuck segment. Bianca picked up the belt afterwards, and she held it over her head after they hit some moves on each other. And Bianca had to look strong at the end. And she held the belt up, and nobody reacted to anything. Like there was zero reaction to her holding the title up over her head. It was just, okay, who is that, Chris? What is that? What is that nightmare fuel picture?
Hold on. I think
that's Chris with hair.
No, that's there we go. Let's see.
What are you talking about, Chief? That ain't the Fisky I know there, bud.
There you go.
Chris, I'm Chris Melbourne from Butt Culture Wrestling. Now it's time for meaty men slapping meat.
Jesus.
Look at him, like he looks like a toothy Brit, but at the same time, he looks like he wouldn't be at home with like a Puerto Rican accent. Like, hey, how you doing?
He's either gonna ask me over for tea and crumpets or try to sell me something on the street that's still warm that he's been wearing.
Hold on, this is gonna. I'd say, don't move at all. I will cut you. Who are you trying to mess with? Don't you know I am loco?
He spits some apple at you.
I politely
say hello to my little friend.
I politely expect, right, in the faces of those which don't want to be cool.
Oh, we'll go brummy with him. What for you trying to run away from me, eh?
Hey,
sagging them butt cheeks are all exposed for me. That's right. Oh. So I didn't mean to interrupt.
So no, the women's. Did you guys have any other thoughts on the women's world title contract signing, which led to next week Rhea rematch? Yep, Rhea versus Yo-Yo Ma for the women's title, and Bianca is the special guest referee.
That's the only part I don't like, is that Bianca is the special guest referee, because that guarantees that Io's winning.
Yeah.
And it would have been nice to see Bianca versus Rhea at the the main event, essentially, or at Mania. But nope, they got to give it to Io.
Yeah. Well, Bianca was so heavily involved with their first match, Rhea and Io Sky's first match, that I would say you're fucking banned from ringside. Like, there's no shoving Rhea in the... And she's already shown she was biased shoving Rhea and helping fucking Io Sky win the women's title. So, as far as long-term storytelling, that's bullshit. We're just pretending like that didn't fucking happen now. Like, if I would ban her from ringside. Like, you have no fucking business being down there. And if you go down there, you lose your shot at WrestleMania. And that's it. Like, I don't know, man. It's all fucking lame. It's all stupid. And I'm a 43-year-old man online complaining about wrestling. And, yeah. I'm going to go cry in a corner.
I was hoping for a triple threat, but I think that's still going to happen.
Well, I think that's what the guest referee is going to turn into.
Yeah. Honestly, I would have waited to have that for guest referee for the event.
Yeah.
You could have made Rhea the guest referee for those two. And then whoever she fights, or whoever wins that, she fights next for the rematch.
Oh, and there's gonna be a part where Rhea like pins Io, and then Bianca just doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, girl, I'm busy. I'm giving you the DMV treatment. Mm-hmm.
Nah, this window closed. See,
yeah, I'm going to my lunch.
It's lunch break. Child.
Yeah, that accent is blowing me away, though.
Yeah, and that's not how she speaks. That's
At
not
all.
how she speaks.
At all.
It's so dumbing her down for no reason.
Well, they're making her ghetto to appeal to a lower class of people, and it's like, is it working? Because it's turning off the people that were her fans. Like,
yeah, she went to like a major university. She's like a D1 athlete. Like, she's an intelligent woman. Allow her to be herself, please, because it's insulting. Like, and I'm not white knighting, but I mean, it's just when people like us see it and we're like, man, it's like that's like it's like it's cringe as fuck. But that was the Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso and Gunther promo, and the Adam Pearce, Yo-Yo Ma, Bianca, and Rhea segment. I think we can close the book on that one. Bianca. Bianca Belair. That and speaking of which, that fucking segment just made me go just. That's what I think about that one. But let's see. So we'll go to our last three here after these messages. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Do you need some entertainment at home even on those sunny days? Look no further in both directions than Shawn Michaels' The Dark Break Kid home game from Mattel. If you've allegedly been beaten cross-eyed by 12 Marines in bar parking lot in Buffalo, New York, because in reality you're a limp-wristed twink, this is the game for you, ages 12 and up.
I'm not your boy toy. Isn't that Sherry? That was Sherry Martel singing it?
Yep, that's Sister Sherry.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
God, she was great.
She vastly underrated.
Apparently, Punk knew Sherry too.
Really?
Where she passed.
He probably
him and Cabana did a.
If you say a threesome.
No. They had to work one of her shows that she would think because she was the promoter for something. They worked one of her shows back in the day when they were just coming up.
Let's see. So we had Dom trying to convince Penta to join the Judgment Day, and then we led into Dragon Lee versus El Grande Americano.
That was probably my favorite match of the night.
It was a good fucking match.
Yeah.
Like, technically speaking, everything looked fantastic. They didn't. I don't know. There weren't really any botches in the match.
No. Those are two very technically skilled wrestlers in the ring.
Yeah. Yeah. Chad Gable is impressive. Like,
yeah, he is.
You mean Grande Americano?
I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna laugh when it turns out that they are actually two different people.
Well, that guy's built like Chad, so if that's not him, he's got an amazing body double.
Yeah. I'll say they really hired a dead ringer.
Yeah.
What if it's Otis?
It's almost. He pulls off the mask and he's like 2 feet taller.
It turns out it's Ray Phoenix.
Yeah.
No, because he's got tattoos. This guy doesn't have any tattoos.
Yeah. That's clearly Chad.
They put makeup on him.
Yeah.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah. Maybe it's Chris Sinding.
But
Wait it, my culture. Enjoy taking a few ribbings now and then.
I just noticed you changed the name.
Yeah. That's singed ick, not singed dick. Oh. I'm sorry. I am so very sorry that butt culture has become such a distraction. But my mouth was watering tonight. Oh. I'm sorry. Look at that stupid shit. Oh.
Ichabod Crane.
And, he looks like he wants to what is it? He wants to do something with Smiller there. Hello, Simon. It's just the two of us. Would you like to talk about wrestling or whatever else pops up?
Simon, he says, Simon, I noticed we are two men alone. Would you like to slap meat like you big meaty men like to? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I'm Simon, and I'm giving this a down.
Why are you walking away so quickly? I hate to see you leave, but I like watching you walk away. Simon Miller has left butt culture for sexual harassment.
Jesus Christ, the one, I think it's fucking Brian Alvarez. I said Adam Pacini, it gave me like Brian Alvarez.
Oh.
Damn it, Grunk. Tony Grunk messed.
Well, mouth-watering monoTony. He's got. Does that say sister lives?
All right, hang on. I'll change mine. We're talking about Dragon Lee and El Grande Americano and evolved into this.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Hang on. I'm getting my picture of Adam Pacini according to Grunk here.
The match was good though.
I really liked it.
With those two.
Yeah, like I said, everything was on point. It was spot on. You didn't have there was really, like I said, there was really no big errors. There were some big spots.
Yeah, it was ring walking. There was that one spot where Dragon Lee got thrown upside down after a flip into the turnbuckles, and he landed so Look at us. Aren't we quite the pair? You know, like left and right yarbles.
Good Lord.
Look at him eyebrows. He's giving Peter Gallagher a run for his money.
I'm Adam Pacini, and welcome to WhatCultureWrestling.com. Today, I'll be talking about the 6 mouth-watering ways meaty men have taken advantage of me in public bathrooms.
It looks like Willem Dafoe's pull-out game on Tony Khan this week.
Oh, man. That looks like I Survived Gary Glitter.
God damn.
We need to make the butt culture stable in 2K25. Yeah.
Oh my god! See, that would be awesome if you could do your own commentary in those games, like recorded, like record a bunch of canned lines or whatever, like have that as like your commentary, and you could have the butt culture guys in there. Oh, there we go, AngelousDraven going up for his mouth-watering mount of Cody Rhodes.
Jeez.
He's establishing dominance.
And that's odd.
Draven with the delicious top mount.
Jesus.
Oh, look, he's got him in a head scissor. Isn't the other guy usually facing the other way? Oh, dear. That is completely taken in the wrong context and the wrong hole.
That is what a butt culture we call a goes outer, and he apparently is turning it into a goes inter. That wrestling costume didn't have a chance. Wasn't it white when he entered the ring? Why is Dragon Lee crying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the big spot. Is at the beginning, Dragon Lee tried to take El Grande Americano's mask, and it didn't work because the ref broke him up. And then at the end, that final spot, that ended the match, it ended in a submission, like not a submission, whatever it is. He just gave up, because Grande took off Dragon Lee's mask.
It was an ankle lock.
Yep, yeah, an ankle lock.
Yeah, it was like an instant submission.
Yeah, but there's no sympathy for Dragon Lee because he started it. He started trying to pull off Americano's mask, and it's like, dude, this guy is a fucking legend. You don't do that to legends like Americano. There wouldn't even be Lucha if it weren't for him.
That's right.
Never mind that it's not proper Spanish. He's such a legend, he doesn't even speak the language correctly.
Well, I think Spaniards haven't been using the Spanish language correctly.
Man, the one thing I really like about the Spanish language is when you're trying to read aloud, they have punctuation at the beginning of their sentences. We should steal that as as English speakers. It makes reading aloud really easy because you don't have to wait till the end of the sentence to realize how you're supposed to read a sentence.
Yeah, you understand the context of what you're reading right off the bat.
Yeah, there's like a little question mark that's upside down or a little exclamation point. You're like, oh, okay, I know what I'm supposed to say.
Or we could just steal from Arabic and start reading, right to left.
There.
Brian Alvarez.
Brian Alvarez Pacitti is in. He's married to Adam Pacitti instead of Dave Meltzer now.
Dave, what do you say, Dave? I don't know, Dave. I don't know, Dave.
Now it looks like Patrick Bet David had a baby with Patrick Bet David.
Look, baby!
From the dumpster, baby, and I'm taking a stroll.
Yeah, I think mine survived the dumpster. That's right, Chris singed it.
So, the El Grande Americano won by ankle lock submission as Dragon Lee covered his face because he didn't want anybody to see that he's from Thailand and not Mexico, as he's part of the LWO, which doesn't make any sense. That's like me being.
Is he really from Thailand?
I don't know. I'm just being sarcastic.
I don't think so. I think he's from Mexico.
I'm being sarcastic. God damn it, Draven! You ruined the bit.
Autistic Draven ruins everything.
Thanks, guys.
Well, actually,
he's a great big phony.
Just where's?
Oh shit! Here we go again.
God damn it, Draven.
God damn it. I have to go over here for that. Hang on. It's worth. I don't. What the hell just happened?
Ah!
We're back.
You broke it.
We came all the way over here. We switched to another brand just to do this.
God damn it, Draven.
I was quite comfortable playing peekaboo.
Oh, okay.
And so after this, we go into the CM Punk promo.
Yeah.
CM Punk promo. It was good. It was good stuff. Yeah. Good work.
Interacted with the crowd.
Crowd was hot.
Yeah.
Crowd was hot for him the whole time. His mic work speaks for itself. I mean, the guy's money,
Yeah.
He's been on a very successful run since he came back, sans the injury. And even when he was out injured, he was able to progress his storyline with Drew, which is sad because the hottest feud of last year yielded absolutely zero net positive for Drew McIntyre whatsoever. Like none. Like, because he's just in the shits
they
right
used it. Look, I like Punk, but Punk is almost 50 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Drew McIntyre right now, he's not too far behind Punk, but is in his outright prime. Like, he's not going to get any stronger, any bigger, any more charismatic or anything, is what he is right now. And they, use that feud to make Punk look strong and put him back where he's been for years while making Drew look weak. And since then, I'm telling you, like, Triple H has to have a problem with Drew McIntyre. He has to.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, a lot of your older guys are like in the main picture scene now. instead of like your younger guys. So it's like a newer trend because it used to be the opposite. It used to be like the younger guys would get the push and get put into those new roles, and now it's
it's just. I mean, they could have even, for everything they do, even Steven. That wasn't even Steve. I mean, they made Drew look like a bitch in that feud, and since then,
they don't have anybody built up for Drew. That's the problem.
I even get it if they did that, and then they put Punk in the WrestleMania main event. It's like, okay, you want him to look strong going in, but they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Because wasn't Corbin like his like rivalry there for a little bit too, at one point? Because didn't they used to like team together?
I think they did team together at one point, but I'm not sure.
But they don't have any other rivalry for him, like other than like Sami Zayn, and nobody wants to see that shit.
Dude, him and Braun Breaker is another one. Fucking Randy Orton and Drew, like there are things they could do. He could be interjected into the fucking. If they're gonna do a triple threat, they could do a 4-way between Drew, Punk, Rollins, and fucking Roman Reigns. You know, I mean, really, they don't have a heel in that match anyway. It's 3 baby faces going at it.
But that's all. They can do with him is interject him into other stuff. There's nothing else that they've like built for him outside of like just being interjected into other shit.
I know, because they planned on him putting Punk over and then just drifting around the roster. They made him look like a bitch in the Elimination Chamber. They made him look like a bitch in the Royal Rumble. Like, it's not even like memorable eliminations. It's Damian Priest with the roll up.
Oh, that's right. Him and Priest are kind of feuding.
Yeah, they're gonna have that worthless match at Mania.
Yeah.
Which, what are you supposed to do with Damian Priest? I know everyone likes him or whatever. I don't. He brings nothing to the table. He's just there. And it's like, well, who are you? What do you do? What makes you special? I wear purple corsets. Okay.
That's like Drew too for me. Like he's just there and he can be slotted in whenever they need him. But other than that, it's nothing else.
He's shown brilliance in his heel promos, like even with Punk, and they just disregard it and keep moving.
Yeah. They have a heel there that could be a mainstay for a long time, and they just treat him like garbage.
Yep. Just like with Damian Priest, I never see those flashes of greatness. It's just, hey, I'm Puerto Rican.
I don't see greatness with him. I just see an average big man who can be a good foil in a main event role.
And I'm just saying, if you're gonna well, he's a big man, so we're pushing him. Then what the fuck is with Braun Strowman?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. He's another one too. They're not doing anything with.
No.
I mean, let's be real. Fucking in any day,
they should team him up.
There's
with
no
Otis.
way Braun Strowman should be a part of any wrestling federation, and Cody's higher on the card than he is.
Strowman and Otis as a tag team, do it.
You know, if Braun Strowman wrestled Cody, Cody would destroy him. And I'm saying that kayfabe terms. Kayfabe only, of course.
I know.
Like, Braun Strowman would flick Cody Rhodes in the head and break his neck.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like even the hater said it. He goes, "There's nobody in that locker room that's going to beat him in a fight. Like nobody."
Well, Strowman almost had it, but then Cody dropped to his back and punched upward.
Yeah. The most effective punch, we all know. That's how gravity works, is you dropping to your back and punching upward knocks people out immediately.
Have you ever seen that?
I would have.
Have you ever seen that arm wrestling thing with Strowman and that other guy?
No.
Well, Strowman comes in and is like all like fucking being all, I'm the monster kind of thing. And then like gets in this dude's face and he just kind of laughs at him. He's like, dude, what the fuck? And then like they arm wrestle and the other guy just destroys him.
Oh, dude, one of the best arm wrestlers in the world is a woman named Sarah Bachman. She's this gorgeous German blonde chick, who looks like a Barbie doll, except her arms are like twice the size of mine. And she like just, dude, I've seen her like beat guys like that are 300 pounds. It's all it's all technique. I mean, she's fucking strong as shit, but like, it's so much technique to it. But I'm saying in a arm wrestling match is different than an actual fight. Like, in a fight, in that locker room, that's like what Matt Riddle said he could beat. Was it he said he could whoop one of the big guys' asses. I'm just like, but I know you're a UFC fighter, but I don't think you want to. I think you might want to stay in your lane a little bit more, Junior. Like, you know, stick to making false claims that you were assaulted in an airport while you were going through customs, weirdo.
I like Riddle.
I never did. I don't give I look at him. He's like bigger Jungle Boy, except he fought in UFC. That's the only upside that Matt Riddle has. And that was the CM Punk promo. And we'll play this, and then we'll go into our main event, which was, well, we'll talk about on the other side.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
Have you recently taken a tumble? Falling down on the floor or ground is never easy or safe. That's why Riddell Sporting Goods has partnered with professional wrestling legend Owen Hart's Ghost to bring to you Owen Hart's Crash Pad. Fall from your couch, a stool, a building, or a faulty zipline harness that was hastily given to you moments before your descent. Owen's Crash Pads are guaranteed up to 15 stories. Get one today wherever sporting goods are sold.
I imagine myself.
I see what you did there. I said Riddle, and you.
See that? See what I did? It was a perfect segue. Flawless victory. Flawless fucking victory. All right. Here we go. Main event time. Main event of WWE Monday Night Raw from the OVO Hydro in Glasgow, Scotland. And it was the champion, Braun Breaker, defending against Penta, the challenger. On paper, not a bad looking match, even given the size discrepancy. You know, Penta goes about 207, Breaker's about 260, 265. A big difference in styles. And boy, was that apparent in the ring during this match.
Yeah.
Again, we talked about things not translating well. These two styles were not compatible.
Nope.
Just it didn't. This match didn't do any of them any favors. It's a good thing they're both like Braun Breaker is established right now as a star. You know, I would say he's established. You know what I mean? Penta's proved his net worth already in the short time he's been with WWE. So I mean, one bad match is not going to kill him. They had an off night. You know, I don't know if they're working. They're probably working a program in the dark shows they run right now too. I'd have to look at Cage Match to see. But the crowd was unusually quiet during the early part of the match, which, as we all know now, that went on throughout the entirety of the match. They made a little bit of noise here and there, but for the most part, they were on their hands for this. Yeah.
It was kind of lackluster.
Yeah.
No, it was sloppy as fuck, dude. I think Penta broke his hip.
Oh, on that the tope to the outside where
Braun did not catch him.
No,
that was a full impact right on it, and you saw like when he was going back into the ring, you could see his leg was like kind of giving him some trouble just getting in there. I don't think that was a work. I think that was a legit like he fucked up, and like you said, the conflicting styles. You know,
yep.
It was. Yeah, like what Instant Regret said, you pulled a freaking Samoa Joe and just whoops.
Yeah, walk the fuck away at the wrong point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not good. The nice spot Breaker did was the dive from the apron, which is the hardest part of the ring, to the announce table onto Penta. That was decent. But after that, we got the New Day, as Chris said, started to enter the Judgment Day. Xavier Mysterio and Kofi Balor or Kofi Lido started to come down. No, Balor and Dominic started to make their way down, or was it Carlito? I don't know. It was all three of them at one point, but they started to come down. and the crowd was still not into it. They traded shots on the double down, leading into Penta hitting the backstabber on Breaker, which did look good. Breaker took the move well, but Breaker blocked the Mexican Destroyer into the double knee drop, and that was the second falsie, as we had one out of the backstabber and then out of the double knee drop. And so traded pinfall attempts, and this is where Penta hit the tope to the outside, and he missed. It looked like he injured his hip as he landed kind of sideways on himself. And then he hit the Mexican Destroyer for a 2 count, which why are we kicking out of his finisher? Why is he even using? They should have blocked it again and not even had him use it if he's going to kick out of it, because now you're no selling his finisher. I mean, is it me?
Staple and dude, it used to be every once in a while, like Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, WrestleMania 25, all is on the line, fucking 5-star match, when you'd maybe kick out of a finisher, and even then, it's like hit sweet chin music, collapse from exhaustion, and take a little extra time to make the pin type shit.
Yeah.
And now it's every week on Raw. Which is the problem with the wrestling, you know? Like, once you start something, it only progresses, and only more and more and more and more. So if you start bad habits like that for cheap pops, this is what we get to, where finishers me. When you got a fucking tombstone back in the day, it was devastating.
Yep.
No one kicked out. Hulk Hogan fell to it.
Yep.
And then WrestleMania 14 takes 3 to put Kane away, and that meant something. That meant something. And now it's another week.
Yeah.
No one kicked out of the Razor's Edge. No one. If they're going to kick out, then I'm doing another move. Like,
yeah, the suspension of disbelief, and I've said this a million times, is paramount in this business. So if that move's going to finish somebody, then it finishes everybody. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just no selling finishers is bad for business. It really is. And like you said, the cheap pop is not worth the long-term damage it does. Because remember last year we had that rash of everybody's got to hit their shoulder on the post. We counted on WrestleMania. On the second night last night, there was like I don't know if it was Mania or SummerSlam. There was like 8 fucking post spots. It's like, Jesus. Now everybody's got to do a fucking apron spot. You know, it's everybody's got to kick out of finishers. Like, stop.
Everybody has to do a super kick.
Yep.
Super kick.
Yeah. So no, it's bad. It's a bad negative trend. Braun hit the Frankensteiner gimmick from the top rope, falsie. Then Breaker ended up spearing Carlito. Dominic hit Breaker, and the match got thrown out at that point, which I called that for the record. I said Judgment Day involvement will be. We need to get a WrestleMania bingo card. We do.
Wait, Judgment Day? You mean New Day?
God damn it! You're gonna start confusing me.
They actually started as a
day.
New Day actually started as a freaking gospel.
Yeah,
and I didn't realize that. I watched the Big E documentary or whatever it was on Vault.
Yeah, they came out preaching and shit.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Sounds like a.
Let's see. Wait. Balor hit Braun with the chair. Penta was sitting there just kind of looking on as they beat on Braun Breaker. Dom tried to get him to hit him with the chair. He gave Penta the chair. Dom is pleading with Penta to hit fucking Braun with the chair. Penta takes the chair, throws it to Dom, kicks it into his face, and then, of course, Finn Balor lays him out. Hit the coup de grace, and they hit Braun with the chair, and the show ended on such an extreme low. I mean, it was so bad, the ending to this show. This was basically all I can say about it right here. It was just, this was the ending.
Don't get in the couch.
It was terrible. It was a shit ending. It really was. Like, I called it, but it doesn't make it any better. And I know I didn't. It's not that I wanted to see a clear income. It just outcome to the match.
It's the Jew de Gras bud.
See,
Jew de Gras, as they
Jew
call
de
it.
Gras, Jew de Gras.
Oi, mate.
Oi. Listen, it's still Cookie Opus month for another couple days, fella. Better look out. Hide under those floorboards.
But no, man, like Judgment Day has no steam, man. They're just, I don't know. The only thing propping them up is Liv Morgan. Really. I mean, it's Liv and Raquel right now. Like Finn Balor is a nobody. Dominic is still there because of Liv, but Carlito is comedic relief. JD McDonough's out injured, and even if he wasn't, all he is a Funko Pop. A very resilient one. Get well soon, JD. Get well soon. Yeah, no ill will physically, but
he's aware of like all the things, and he just takes it in jest.
He does. He does. But the Judgment Day coming out, like standing over this match at the end, like what does this do for Braun Breaker and Penta? You got beaten up by a bunch of jobbers. What does this do for them? I mean, how are you? We don't need a triple threat Intercontinental title match, a triple threat for the women's title, a triple threat between Punk, Rollins, and Reigns.
Well, it's not a triple threat yet now, or may not be a triple threat now.
The women's match, yeah. Well,
we'll find out Monday, I guess.
Yeah, this episode of Raw wasn't good.
No.
I
mean,
that were all right.
We are a few weeks from WrestleMania. This episode of Raw should have been action-packed.
Yeah.
It should have felt like things were going on. I mean, I'm sorry, but I called that after fucking WrestleMania 40, things were going to dry up quick because Triple H was cashing in for even as bad as Vince got in his later years. Triple H was cashing in on all of the equity that Vince McMahon built. And now, I mean, look at Jey Uso and fucking Gunther. It's just the Sami Zayn Gunther story from last year, but without any of the equity in it. Without any of the hype or buildup. It's dry and boring like a 2002 Triple H promo, and it sucks. Like, and again, we've talked about this, Draven. It's kind of like that all over the fucking industry right now. And it's like, guys, compelling stories.
And
that's all we need. I don't need, the Attitude Era, and look, chicks whipping out their fucking tits, and this going on, and Kaientai chopping pee-pee. We don't need that. We just need compelling stories. It's almost like anti-Russo booking, where for all of his faults, and not all ideas are going to be as good as other ones, Russo tried to give everyone something to do. They were on TV for a reason.
Yeah.
And here, nobody has shit to do. It's fucking boring.
Even
it's bullshit. This is the second to last time we're seeing Cena before Las Vegas, and he just stands there and stares like a fucking deer in the headlights when Cody's talking shit to him. When we all know that isn't fucking John Cena. We all know he doesn't just stand there and, fucking Cody called him a little fucking bitch last week. And he didn't even mention his name when he came out there tonight.
He didn't reference him once.
He just more cheap talking shit to the fans instead of acting like a heel to the fucking wrestler standing in front of him. Like, it's bad. It's so bad.
And then when they do have something that is actually entertaining, like the Punk Seth thing when they were like brawling the other week on Monday Night Raw, then they do that to open the show, and then everything after that is just like boring and not interesting. It's like, let's maintain that momentum. Like it's just like they don't want to like because not everybody's on the same level, like on the roster that they're putting on TV as like some of their segments, and it's weird.
Yeah. Well, it shows in the crowd too, because they start off all like super electrified. They're all excited, and then about once the first like event or whatever goes by, all of a sudden, or the first match or whatever, it just steadily declines from there. And by the end, they're just kind of like partially asleep.
Yeah, that was basically the crowd during this event, like the main,
Yeah.
Let's see.
And the problem is you have these idiot marks who eat whatever shit is slopped on their plate and thrown in front of them. So they're like, oh, like I kind of liked it. And it is. So they continue, and they should be growing an audience. Again, it's WrestleMania. Ratings should be up. What's up, Ariel Ballet?
Ariel.
Hello, everyone. We'll be heading back to California in about an hour. Hope all is doing well. Also, holy hell, when did Cody Rhodes become the Blob?
Yeah.
Good to see you, Ariel. Hang on a second here. Just because Ariel's here, I'll play it again.
Job so, bro.
There you go, Ariel. Good to see you. Sorry, Tony.
No, it's just, again, like, this is supposed to be shifting up a gear, we should be in fucking fourth gear right now. Fucking just full steam ahead towards the big show. People should be sitting here right now like, fuck, man. 3 more weeks, 3 more Raws until we get WrestleMania, dude. And instead we're like, they've only got 3 Raws left. That's not good. We should be full steam ahead. We should be excited. Like, there's not one match that I'm truly excited for. Yeah, the one I'm probably the most interested in is the Reigns, Punk, and Rollins, but I'm not really excited for it. We already know it's going to be some angle. Paul Heyman's going to screw someone over, and then the payoff to the heel turn, or not even the heel turn, but the screwing of someone over is going to be negligible. It's not going to mean anything. In fact, probably the Raw after WrestleMania. Oh, Heyman and whoever will be here next week to address the crowd. Like,
oh boy,
they really need to kick it up into high gear. Like, it's getting. Like, now I'm really starting to miss the days of Roman Reigns being on top, and this is like, it's bad now. It's real bad.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, I would much rather have the Roman Reigns, title reign with the promos and the whole bloodline back than this. At least that had some modicum of interesting, something to dive into. This is just like, can we just get it over with? Like,
I'm fine with the bloodline not existing anymore, really.
Same.
Because that was just boring.
Yeah, it was. But even then, I'd rather... Those days, I can almost look back, not fondly, but I'd prefer it to this, where just nothing fucking matters anymore. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter that Braun Breaker is the Intercontinental Champion, because the title literally means nothing anymore. It used to be, if you were IC Champion, you were right on the cusp of the main event. Like, you were going somewhere. It meant something to have that title. Doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah. Let's see. So is New Age Wrestling being taken back over by the old guard? I'm getting Hogan thoughts when he came back and then put the younger generation over. I wouldn't say that. I mean, that would be better if the old guard would take over, honestly.
It's corporate bland booking is the problem. They don't want to take any risks anymore. Everything has to be even, Steven.
Yeah.
And it's nothing ever matters anymore. There are no repercussions. Instead of there being a target on the champion's back. Instead, the roster's cheering the champion on, which in the sense of wrestling makes no sense. It's fundamentally broken right now. And they're making no strides to repair it.
Yeah. I can't say it any better than that, honestly. I mean, this is the most boring lead up to WrestleMania I think I've ever seen that I can remember. Like, and I'm not just saying that to be a contrarian either. You know? I mean, there's a few little nuggets through there, but overall it's just like, okay, what else? You know what I mean? And I'd like to say we're like this because we're spoiled as wrestling fans, but it's not. That's not even the case. That's not the case here, said Grace.
So, well,
need
that's
to
the
go
problem
back.
is we are spoiled. We did see the best, and now we're seeing mediocrity, and it makes like mediocrity look worse than it really is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not super awful. It's just nowhere near what what I liked basically in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s.
Since we don't have Raw anymore, since we can't go back and watch, like I was going to mention, we should go back and watch a Raw from like 2010, 2011, back then when I was like, man, everything is so stale, and just compare it to today. Since we don't have that, we really should go back and watch like a Nitro from 2000 or something and compare it to what we're seeing today.
I guarantee you'll enjoy the Nitro more.
Yeah.
I guarantee you'll enjoy the. I was just watching, like I said, me and Trey are watching 95 Nitros right now when they started. We're into November now. But yeah, he's enjoying those. I'm enjoying those. I'm enjoying those way more than I'm enjoying this. But what?
Sorry, I was just reacting to the fact that you said that you enjoyed something that's that much older than the stuff we're seeing today.
Yeah. I mean, the stuff from 95 has better story. Some of the matches might not be the best, but they're still more enjoyable than watching this because the character of it all. There's even looking at it through the lens of looking back, there's still more of a unpredictable aspect to it than there is with this, because with what we're seeing now, it's like, well, this, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but this, and like I said, I might just be a curmudgeon, but there's very few things that have me captivated leading into WrestleMania this year, and I think the ticket sales and the overall interest reflect that.
Yeah. I can't believe, man. I'm just looking at those ticket prices, and it's like, yep, way to price out your fans.
Oh yeah. Did you see they had that Hulk Hogan thing and they took it down? The Hulk Hogan package was like $8-9 grand, and then the link disappeared.
Oh, geez.
The link disappeared? What happened?
They took the link down. It showed it was broken. It was the Real American Suite. It was like, I don't know, it was like thousands, like $8,000.
Oh.
You still got to go to Top Golf with the Miz, so I mean there was that. But yeah, that's so that's our we'll cut it here because I got to edit this all together. But that was our review of Raw. Not a great show. I think I can say on behalf of all of us tonight that
it stinks.
Yeah. And just considering like at least a few of us enjoyed Elimination Chamber, and then a Raw like the week after Elimination, not the following Raw, but the week after, where they did the cage match with the Punk and fucking Rollins, and just like, I was like, man, maybe we're seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe Triple H is about to start hitting a stride, and things are about to get a little more watchable and excited. I'll feel like, hey, like there is no reason for me to tune in this week. I wanted to see Cody and Cena under the same roof again. Like, okay, well, they teased us last week, but Cena's definitely going to say something. Nope. It's just the same. It's literally, if you watch this week or last week, you've missed nothing.
Yeah, it was a repeat.
No.
It was deja vu all over again.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's really it. It's just saddening because, again, there were some shows in recent memory that I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to see more, out of Cena this week. But no, we got nothing. And it's like these two, there should have been like a brawl, even if they only brawl for a second, they get broken up, you know what I mean? With nobody getting the clear advantage. You're not seeing any of that like we would with, feuds in the past. And I think that takes in, like you said, that element of danger out of it. Cody, I don't buy Cody as being tough.
Nobody does. Like, I don't know how anybody can fall for that. He's a little Ken doll. Like Cena, who's like, considerably older and has always been this like babyface guy. Like, and he's been in comedy movies and shit. He's more physically imposing than the champ right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's sad.
Oh, the whole thing's fucking sad. I mean, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. We've got Raw next Monday in London, I believe. Yeah. And SmackDown is in London Friday night as well at the O2 Arena. So
culture will be there to report.
Oh yeah, they'll be there, mouth-watering preparedness, ready for big sweaty men slapping meat.
We will spread the cheeks of reception for this episode.
And then you know what they're gonna do, Tony? And then one of them's gonna be like, I'm gonna get in a big bowl of tapioca pudding, spread my butt, and take it all in.
Oh. Fucking nice Bianca Belair impression.
God damn it, Tony!
Damn.
Oh, jeez.
I'm Pete from Wrestling with Horror. This has been our Raw review. If we don't see you, have a great day. A pleasant tomorrow. We'll catch you on the next one. Remember, it's always better to burn out than fade away. Patreon.com